business.
New business, number one, update on the TAN from the outside lenders. The Finance Committee met Monday night, opened up the sealed bids, and the bid for the TAN loan went to Joe Leonello and his group.
Go, Chair.
I gave the proposal to our borough solicitor. We worked on that all day today, and we're finally, I have to fill out some more paperwork for our statements, and he'll have that tomorrow, and that's going good. So that we should have that money by next week on the 20th, when we told him that that's what we wanted.
How much you get?
How much?
Yes.
$500,000.
What's the percentage?
What interest?
For payback? The interest,
5 1/4.
5 1/4.
Yes,
Don't most banks do 2%?
More a year.
I do believe so.
Thank you.
Number two there.
Can I ask you a question?
All of them involved in getting this loan, the finance, and I know there's the mayor and some other working behind the scenes, everyone that was involved in contacting, people that they know that could help out and get this loan.
Chief Campbell was making the whole thing, brought it up, brought people to the table, and it worked out. So
The chief did what we needed, and to keep our police where we were, and I believe we've done that.
Chief, could you give us the name of all the people involved? I know Joe, Joe Leonello was,
Joe
when you talked to.
and Frank Leonello from Franjo Construction, and Christian Stein from Arch Masonry.
Okay, so all three of them.
Correct.
Hey, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
We're gonna ask him at the end of this.
But this is kind of important, I want to know. If you take $735,000 off of this gentleman, that means we're going to be $735,000 less next year.
we just told you 500,000. Just now.
You said you got 700 or 500, but you're still going to have 500,000 taken right off the top to pay the man back. So does that mean we're going to be stuck again next year at the same thing? Or don't forget, you're taking 500,000 out right off the top, and you just got 214,000 from the liquid tax. All I'm doing is moving it out.
Ray, we've gone through this for meeting after meeting. This is a bridge loan.
You still have to pay your bridge loan back.
Would you let me finish, please?
Sure, go ahead.
It's a tax anticipation loan. It's not a long-term loan.
I know that.
Every municipality, when the tax money starts coming in early on, they take on tax anticipation notes until the tax money starts to come in. You pay it back within 5-6 weeks, maybe 3 months. As the tax money comes in, you pay it right back. It's paid back within 30 to 90 days sometimes. That's when it'll be paid back.
Bernie,
We're not shortfall. It's a cash flow.
you make a budget, Bernie,
It's a
for a
cash
year.
flow.
You made a budget for a
It's
year.
not a budget
Now
item.
you told me that
It's
now
not
you're
a budget item,
500,000
it's a
short.
cash flow.
Forget it, Bernie, you don't know what
It's
you're
cash flow.
doing.
No, I do know that.
No, you don't, Bernie. You should, no, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it, Bernie, but you know what you're not, you don't know what you're doing.
I know I don't, Ray. Thank you. Thank you for setting me straight.
Next one, Eric.
Next one is the review of the cash flow. Council has the cash flow analysis. When I plugged in the numbers, kind of conservative as far as the taxes. But without this TAN loan, at the end of April, we would have roughly around $58,000, and the balance at the end of March would be negative $3,000. With this TAN loan, we'll have a balance, a fund balance of $421,000 by the end of March. So this will help considerably amongst the other things.
They just got $215,000.
In general, Mr. Chairman, isn't that what we do every year? Plus every other municipality, when we take out a tax anticipation loan, we take it out from January
Till you get the flow.
until you get the flow of the tax money, which is early this year, because of the procedures that we followed in asking the public to pay tax. She had a line in there yesterday for paying her real estate tax.
200 people here.
It's looking pretty good.
Now, we can, just from that indication right there, we won't have to worry about no tax anticipation, so just from that indication.
dispatcher position, one person has withdrawn. I'm not on the committee, so that's amongst you guys.
One has, right now, that's a, issue that we'll talk about in executive session, but, yeah, one has.
Down to one.
We interviewed two last week, one was true.
17 to 5 to 2 to 1. So that's where we're at.
Okay, number 4,
Progress report from 911 transfer from Pat Campbell and,
it was, actually, it's in 4 and 5.
Would you like to go first? Myself and Chief Pasarchik met at the, we went down to the USC, we met with the county on the 4th. We were down there for about 5 hours. The purpose of that meeting, we met with Greg Bertinelli and a couple other people that are in charge of the CAD down there. The purpose of that was to figure out how we were going to set up our run cards and some of the, getting a lot of the information that we were going to need. At that meeting, we were able to pretty much get 80% of our dispatch run cards done, which we thought was going to take us a lot longer. We started the process, we just kept going, we didn't leave there until after 10 and finish it for the most part. And Glenn is in the process of reviewing what we decided that night, and we'll just get together and make the final determination on the run card. We were told we are going to be on eStops dispatch channel, we're using eStops 3. There will be no new channel, like council had stated, there will be no extra dispatch channel or
Will
operations.
it be less on one, or is it less on one?
We'll be on eStops 3, which is where Homestead, West Homestead, everybody is. It goes all the way out to Plum. There will be no new operations channel. We're just stuffing this on there.
He said there was.
So how
many boroughs?
County needs about 200,000. It was point blank to me. He said we need to come up with about $200,000 to get the extra channel, and we're not going to do that right now. So he said that to me as a matter of fact. So I'm just telling you what I was told.
And who did that information come from originally that we were going to get a new channel?
I have no idea. Didn't come to me. It was mentioned here. Council had mentioned it today to us as part of what you talked about.
I remember last meeting, that's what we heard, we were going to get our own channel with Homestead and West Homestead and Woody Grove.
Yeah, so, logistically, it's a challenge, but we'll make it work. We need to update, we need to do some technical things right now. We're in the process of doing this now. Every vehicle has a Knox box with a key in it with keys to buildings and stuff, and we have to reprogram all those. We have to pay someone to come and reprogram all those. We're working out the logistics with the county and how we're going to do that through the CAD system. It has to come over the air with a tone. They don't really do that. They're going to do that for us. So the keys there's a key in our fire truck. That key opens up key box on the side of a building that goes to the building. Those, you can't pull that out. It's like trying to yank Excalibur out of the stone. It won't come out until we hit a series of tones, and then it frees up on that particular vehicle. We have to change all that. We're in the process of doing that. We did map out Munhall Borough. We broke the borough down for the fire department into 6 different zones so that we could get the running cards established. Some of the questions that were, and one of the things we're still working on is the MDTs, which are the laptops, if you will. We're going to go with a tablet format with all the dispatch information. We're working with a contractor right now for some IT services. They were down the county yesterday, I believe, and we're still going over all that so that when the calls come in and we can, pertinent information comes up on the laptop, I can show anybody this. If you're interested, I can show you and I can explain that to you easier when I'm staring at the computer. So if anybody's interested, see me anytime, call me. I'll take you through that. We'll go up number 4, up number 5. We'll get this up number 4. We can get down on the other. I'm sure Jimmy Parker lets you look at his MDT down on Homestead to show you how it works. It's pretty important. The police cars have that. I'll discuss that a little bit further. Logistically, and I think I was pretty forthright with this. The April 1st deadline. I still don't know and believe that we will be able to meet that deadline for the simple fact is that we don't really have the funding to in place. I've not seen any new additional funding. We need to buy about 120 pagers. We need, some the MDTs, and we do need this additional funding. This list was provided to council with what we needed, minus the MDT information, which we're getting together right now. So council's gonna have to figure out a way for us to fund that, once we have, because that wasn't in our annual budget, and you know, we didn't anticipate going to 911 this year, so we can't make a radio purchase, although we did save a good bit of money when we bought the portable radios. That took a nice little chunk off of that with the Whitehall deal, which is still in progress. We don't have those in hand yet, they're still waiting to get some stuff.
Programmable, it's be pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it won't be a problem. We'll have the radios programmed. It's gonna take some time to do all that. But logistically, there's quite a lead time on radios. You know, you order radios now and you may be looking, if you order one, you could probably get in a day. When you order 30, 40 radios, you might have to wait three weeks or something. So logistically, this is, if we ordered everything tomorrow, if council said, go buy it, we ordered it all tomorrow, we might be able to make our deadline. Possibly, but, you know, I don't know.
We roughly have 7 weeks to try to get this done.
Yeah, I'll be frank with council, I do not, you know, we're gonna be pushing that deadline. It's not from lack of action, we're working with these. We have another meeting set up for, we set up information goals, we broke into different groups, you know, within the fire department. Everybody has their own little area that they're taking. Glenn's working on some of the alternate things through the phones, a couple of phone systems that we're working on, paging, texting. So we're kind of branched out that was the only way to do this. We couldn't do this, you know, the three of us couldn't just do this, so we're getting everybody involved and trying to make the process go faster. But there's a lot that has to happen yet still. And the target date for us to provide information to the county, the next target date is the 14th. And that will be in relation to some of the mapping things. And one of the other things that we have to do is we have to get together a list of common names. And I'll give you an example. If you call in a fire at Cowles Hill right now, the Munhall Borough, what do you get? You get fire trucks that go to Cowles Hill. If you call County 911 and say, I've got a fire at Cowles Hill, they're going to go, where the hell's Cowles Hill? So we have to get that stuff entered into, as much as we can, entered into the CAD system. It'll recognize a lot of that stuff.
I'm from 12th Avenue, I know
So,
what Cowles
well,
is.
everybody
I grew up
knows
on
what Cowles
Sunset
is.
Drive, I wouldn't know what Cowles is.
Well,
You know what I mean? But really,
as an example, the A field is a common term. Woodlawn School, where the old Woodlawn School is, Woodlawn Field, that's not in any map.
The old
You know what I mean?
UDF.
Yeah, the old
Everyone
UDF.
Still says the old UDF.
So these are things that take a little bit of time, that we're in the process of, we're building it. You know, and that it doesn't happen overnight. And we want to make sure that we go into it when we're ready, we enter into it fully prepared. So,
No, that's just for the fire department, I'm talking now.
yeah, Pat had, I know he had another meeting and he's gonna comment on his end, but yeah, that's just the fire department. And I can't comment on the street department stuff, because there's logistics that have to be handled on the street department end, that's on you guys, Spicy, whoever. You're gonna have to make arrangements there. There's things that come up, you know, contact lists. So they were asking us, I don't know what the procedure is for the street department, so that all has to be worked out. So, if you have any questions at any time during this process, I'll answer them, we will answer them to the best of our abilities.
I think that we need to put it to them down there. Can this be done? You know,
We did put that to them, and they said the ball was in our court.
It is. It is time. We have to provide them information. We have to purchase radios. We have to have those radios programmed. We have to establish procedures, systems. And this is what's taking time. The county, they just take what we give them.
It's
On their end,
It's all right to do what we have to do.
as an example with the fire department, we entered the run cards. We did most of our run cards. We have some tweaking to do on those, but all they have to do is just take that and incorporate it into the CAD system, and that won't take them any time to do that.
basically, we have to do our due diligence and get them the best we can so
We're not,
the service is acceptable.
we're not prepared to go and make a major dispatch change when we're not 100% ready to do so.
They've done this transition about 120 times, so we're not the first ones that done it, so they're very good at doing this now. Not like it's 15 years ago when it all went down. They've taken municipalities on over the years, so they know the problems other municipalities have had getting on. So they will tell us what they need, what you need to do, and then we have to fill in the blanks.
One of the setbacks is we can't gradually go with the communication devices, the radios. We have to have all of them in place at one time and just flip the switch, and that's it. I mean, we can't gradually do it, so that could be, you know, an issue with all the radios and stuff we're talking about.
Well, the pages themselves are gonna take weeks after we order them to come in.
Right, we're talking about what's there on the place.
on the radios that we bought, 50 radios we bought from Whitehall.
we're just waiting for mobile radio to finish programming them for Whitehall, Once they program them from Whitehall, I'm going out there in a pickup truck and pick them up. And I'll bring them back here and we'll distribute them. You know, Pat and Matt will get together and
They're just gonna program them out there?
no, what they're gonna do is deprogram the radios that we're buying.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna bring them back here, and the radios that we bought, we're gonna have to program, which is, you know, a laptop thing we program. That's minor, but it takes time. But that's the radios that are coming. I don't have status for it. I will find out this week, and I'll know a little better when they'll be ready for it. But there's no hurry on that. I mean, we'll have them before April. But that's not the stuff we're really concerned about. There's a lot of other stuff. It's gonna take some time to get in logistically. That's why, you know, I thought that's why I told you April 1st was,
How much
pretty,
money you gotta need for pages?
like $45,000, $50,000, somewhere around there. Just for the 120 pages.
First term startup was gonna be, we
Um,
missed the boat years ago with the grants we could've had.
Listen, there are some programs out there. There's lease programs. You know, and we're talking to a couple reps about trade-ins. So as of right now, it looks like we'll be able to save a good chunk of money, some money on our pagers, because we'll be able to trade some of the old ones in. Not all of them are worth. Some of them aren't worth use of a paperweight, but the majority of them work just fine and will be traded in. The cost of one of those pagers is around $500. You can almost buy a portable radio for the price of a pager. The new ones came out beginning of this week, Motorola 6, a minute or 6, and that's a little less. And with the trade, they're going to save a little more money there. So we're trying to just take some time.
Is there some kind of, I think this is the chief, some kind of radio we could use into the public works trucks that we're gonna be able to.
And Bob and I talked about that. We have, our current VHF radios. We own the system. We still have it. Bob, you just haven't had radios in the trucks in a number of years, right? I mean, they would be able to operate on channel 5 is what they've done in the past. We could just pass those along to them.
Chief, it's up to you.
Up to you.
I met with them, went down to EOC the following day, after Matt and Eddie were down there. Theirs is a lot more complicated than our side. We know we're getting these certain amount of radios. Our cost is gonna be minimal compared to the fire department. They have a lot more, equipment they have to get. The one thing, I gave you all a copy of the report, which is the report that Matt forwarded to me attached. The one thing I will say is, their MDT system, I do like theirs better than the one we use now. We pay Mount Lebanon, I believe, $15 a unit for a month, so we could save a few bucks because the county will not charge. We still have to provide the air cards, which are a big expense. Like I said, ours is fairly simple compared to the fire departments. We have, I think, 5 MDPs now. We like to put them in every vehicle. We buy them reconditioned. They're Panasonic Tough Books. They cost a few bucks. It's not going to be as time consuming or as expensive on the police end. I have my report. Do you have any questions on it?
For number 5 already, you more or less touched on that, about what you'll be needing, right?
Yeah. We have a list. There's more to come to that list. We will make sure it gets updated. We'll update it again for you. And the laptops that the police are talking about, the tough books, are pretty much bulletproof. You almost have to go with tough books in the police truck. They're very expensive, but they're worth it. But we're not doing that. We're going with a tablet.
We also have they're going to call me. They're going to set up a training class for our guys. I'm going to send like 5 guys down with the laptops. They will program them there. Won't cost us anything. They will train the guys on the MVPs. We'll come back and train the rest of the guys here in the department on our time. So So there should be no cost at that at all. The only cost we're looking at is we already have the UHF radios in every vehicle. We need the portables. That's where we're at.
Thank you. Harry, number 6.
Number 6, the tax